And hello everyone, welcome back to Heroes Give Chase. We've been off for a couple weeks. You may also notice we are currently missing our wonderful Leonhardt. He is off celebrating a long birthday week. He will be back soon, hopefully, but for now, we have our wonderful 3 players of Crow and Dixie Cat and Faye, and me, your Dungeon Master, Tetcher. Hello everyone, hope you're all feeling good. We're back, and let's find out what everyone's been up to in the past week in episode 26 of Heroes Give Chase, the amount of bones involved in the foot movements of a pirate cha-cha slide. So, Crow, what have you been up to in the last week?
That's an interesting fact.
26 bones is what's in a human foot. The pirate has a peg leg, in my head canon.
Yeah. I just
that
wasn't
one was a
expecting that
stretch.
one. But yeah, past couple weeks, I went to Gen Con.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. And besides that, I'm just playing a whole bunch of TFT and got signed to Cloud9, which is super exciting. So yeah, I've just been streaming a whole bunch of TFT and consuming D&D content per usual.
Hell yeah. Best way to be. Alright. Jinxie, what have you been up to in the last week?
Stuffing my face. I have been moving, which is why you may have noticed that I am in a poverty setup because I'm sitting on a floor with a computer on my bed because the air conditioning went out at my brand new place, and also Cox can't get out until Thursday to spend 6 hours setting up my internet. Once that's done, I'll be able to stream. So next week, for sure.
Nice. And seeing as you will be streaming by then, at the end you can shout out what your Twitch channel will be, so everyone stick around for that. Also, it's not a poverty setup; it's a bohemian setup. There you go, very minimalist. Alrighty, Faye, what have you been up to the last week?
Pretty much just playing TFT. This past Monday, I played in the Heroes Hearts Fight Night again, and
Nice.
won again,
Hell
back to
yeah.
back.
Clapped them
Wow.
easy.
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah, just streaming and playing TFT.
Nice, nice. Glad you've been having fun with that and getting all them juicy wins. Feels good. I have been streaming. I also moved since the last show, I've just realised. It has been a little bit. Hence why there's a green screen now that I didn't set up in time, so rip that. So I'll add something fancy behind me for next time. But for now, best green screened picture of me throughout the night wins Blizzard skin codes, something like that. Wins an NPC named after them. There we go, that's a game. I've also been commentating Dota Underlords, which is fun. Been commentating the ESL Cups for that, having a lot of fun. I'm currently number 2 post on the Underlords subreddit, which is just completely shameless self-promotion, because hooray. Alrighty, but for now, that's what we've all been up to in the last week. Now let's find out what everyone was up to. Well, I guess it should have been last couple of weeks, so yeah. Now let's see what everyone was up to last session, where the group went to visit Lord Papyrus again, had a nice little chat, just wandered around the academy for a bit, getting to know some people, reunited with Woof, of course. Had a general wander around the academy. Shivari found, went to chat with her nice new warlock friend and was encouraged, I'm sure. Very positive reinforcement by everyone involved there. Kaizan is, I believe, still waiting to hear back about some discussions that I don't believe the group knows about yet, so yay.
Sus ass shit.
And Sartre returned to his family for now. The group then, following a job request on a notice board and the advice of the wallpaper via Shivari, decided to head down to the local library and get some reading done. Turns out the local library involved some creepy ass shit, with some weird monsters inside, a weird ghostly purple centipede that Shivari had been tasked with collecting, and also a weird amalgamation of flesh and some human, some animal, some unrecognizably strange amalgamation of creature, claws, and teeth. Both of which were slain after Kaizan was bitten at least once by the purple centipede creature, giving him random movement speed for several rounds. But everything was defeated, and it is there that we left off. So, Leonhardt is wandering around looking, Leonhardt picks up his sword, just goes, "I'm going to check if there are any more," and runs off into one of the back rooms. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I will go over to the centipede thing on the ground and she has her haversack. Would that be able to fit in it?
Oh, yeah, easily. Haversack has easily enough room. It's an extra dimensional space inside, and the opening is the size of a normal backpack. This thing, actually, no, it's like a medium creature. Ooh, okay. Let me look up the dimensions of a haversack quickly. Because it's the opening size that you need, obviously. Handy haversack. 5E. Give me dimensions, yo. Size you can fit in the side pouches. You want a central pouch. 8 cubic feet. So there's definitely enough room on the inside. And the thing probably weighs less than 80 pounds. I'd say the opening's probably wide enough. Like, the thing's about a little bit... It's quite long, but it's not hugely wide. I'd say you got to feed it in, but
Okay.
you would be able to fit it into your haversack. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get out, but you can do it.
Shari will kind of like call over to Woof and Kaizen and say, could one of you perhaps help me try to get this in here?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay. You want to take it?
It was part of their request.
Okay.
Alrighty. You will...
Who was that guy?
I don't know exactly who or what he is, but he works for... Do you remember the conversation we had a bit ago with that Professor Brody?
Oh yeah.
That is Professor Brody's employer. That is who that guy works for.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And they asked me to get this creature.
Alrighty. Between the three of you, you're able to slowly and clumsily stuff a giant, almost ghostly-like centipede into a haversack.
Ghost worm.
Ghost worm. Hell yeah. But it does go in. Without a huge amount of difficulty. It just takes time more than anything else.
Alright, thank you. I don't know what that other creature is. Or was, rather.
Yeah, the other creature, of course, does not exist anymore. It is now
Yeah.
a fair amount of maggots that are trying to find purchase into bookshelves and stuff like that.
Yikes.
Blah.
Do we need to do anything else here, or are we gonna go not here?
No, I think that is everything that needed to be done. Leonhardt.
Oh, should we contact the guy and get some money?
We can try. I mean, he'll probably come to me after this is done.
Oh, I meant the guy that posted that there's spooky stuff in the library.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, they would probably be wanting to know that their library is safe now, hopefully. With a few more maggots, but...
Shari kind of looks around like, it's safe. It's a bit of a mess. but-
I mean, yeah. I wonder
Either.
though, it's actually like a big bit of a mess. Do we think the creatures did all of this? Or perhaps, I don't know, maybe someone like went looking for something here? Or...
I mean, it could be.
What does it look like again? Remind me.
The library, very similar to what you can see. Stone walls. You're in currently the only room with light, as there is a large skylight and it's approaching dusk at this point. So there's a little bit of light still filtering in. The rest of the rooms, no candles or anything. In fact, you hear from one of the other rooms, you hear a small bump and crash of some books falling to the ground, and you hear Leonhart just Scheiße, just in the background as he's trying to stumble through the dark looking for other creatures. But overall, stone walls, bookshelves scattered around. There's some scratches along some of the walls, clearly from the larger of the two creatures you fought. But overall, that's about what there is. Just a lot of books currently strewn across the floor. Bookshelves knocked over and scratched up.
Oh, I'm sure it's probably fine.
Oh. If somebody was looking for something, I don't know if you will be able to find it in this mess, or what it is that's missing. So.
Yeah, perhaps not. I'm just curious as to who might have done it, if that was the case. Your friend here, were they interested in any of the things here? Besides, I don't know, this centipede thing?
Not that I am aware of. They told me to take care of this centipede and collect it for them, and that was it. If they had other motives or other things, they did not share. They seem like the type to keep me on a need-to-know basis, and I guess I didn't need to know.
Yeah, it seems as such, I suppose.
I should probably go make sure Leonhart is okay, and then we can go.
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty. You guys rejoin up with Leonhart, and after a single more scour of the library, unless there's anything anyone in particular wants to look for, then you are able to find at minimum no more creatures.
Nice.
It's good enough for me.
Alrighty. Search concludes. So how do you intend to leave? As currently your entrances involved teleportation and a 15-foot high broken window.
Was there like stuff blocking the front door?
There are several bookcases leaned up against it.
I suppose we could move those out of the way and then we can get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever wants to
Don't
move
worry,
the book-
guys. I got this.
Roll an athletics check. You are not raging, so no advantage.
Well,
Now you have
how-
advantage.
Yeah, Shpari will.
Even if I'm not raging, I have Totem Spirit Bear.
Fair enough. Well, that just doubles your carrying capacity. I don't think it gives you advantage. But it does double your carrying capacity, which makes you big strong. You do have advantage on strength checks to push, pull, lift, or break objects. Fair enough. So you have advantage
go.
and help. And we'll lower the DC.
Yay!
Double
Athletics,
advantage, Pog.
If only. See, I'd be interested to play like a game of D&D where you allow like stacking advantage just to see the absurdities people can come up with.
Yeah.
23. All right, between the three of you, but mostly Woof, you are able to pull the bookcases out of the way, so able to keep most of them upright even, as you slide them to the side of the main entranceway. You guys are able to exit out into the dimming light of dusk, back into Holm.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry.
Yeah, I eventually need some rest. That battle was quite the taxing one.
Oh yes, I will look at all my multitudes of spectral centipede bites. I could also go for a rest.
Okay, back to the inn. I suppose we can ask the innkeep about who posted that on the wall, and then we can find them probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Leonhard looks up. You guys go on ahead. I'll meet you all at breakfast. I'm going to go report to the nearby garrison that this place has been cleared of all evil.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
Leonhard heads off. And you guys head back to the Stately Giant, unless there are any stops you wish to make on the way. You could probably maybe catch a shop if you scurry a bit.
No,
I'm good.
I did just spend 2,000 gold, so
That's true. Alrighty. You make it back to the Stately Giant. You've already paid for your day's meals, so you are served food for the night, and you're able to begin resting as you settle down and enjoy your meals. If you want any wine, etc., of course, that does obviously cost extra.
I'm good.
yeah, I'm sure I won't have anything besides just water or whatever is the usual drink that they serve.
That would be water. Alrighty.
She will ask the barkeep, who posted the job for the library? Do you know?
Don't really remember, but if you take the paper to the guard garrison, I'm sure they'll give you the reward for it. If you've already cleared it. If you
Yeah.
dealt with the noises. What was it, like teenagers? Squatters?
Rabid animals, that kind of thing.
Alright, fair enough. Good for you. I mean, like I said, he finally looks up at the glass. He's been polishing the entire time, but you all most of you covered in just bites and scratches from the different creatures. Yep, you know what, that makes sense. If you start to feel you're coming down with something, because you said rabbit, there's an apothecary just down the road from here if you start to feel a little bit sick.
Oh.
Alright, thank you.
Oh,
Alrighty. Alright, you all sit
I
down.
go.
Is there anything else you want to do during the night before tonight's rest?
No?
Are there any new pillows that have been brought in?
Oh yes. Pillows are ripped asunder. And so you guys have 2 rooms now, I believe. So how is that room set up going now? Is it still currently 1 room to Woof as it was yesterday, and a room to the rest of you, or are you splitting up, or are you all Woof's rooming?
Do we have
Good
2
question.
rooms? Do we want to just split up, or are we still worried about anybody coming for us at night?
Well, I really like the feather room, I'm not gonna lie.
It's definitely possible that people still, I don't know, try to do something. Well, we've been doing a lot of things in home. People have taken note, probably.
We're not exactly, inconspicuous, are we? Or conspicuous? We stand out.
We definitely do stand out, yes.
Indeed. Probably safe to stick to the one.
Okay.
Alrighty. You all head into, I assume, the feather room, unless there are any objections.
Feather
We go in the other
Okay.
room, I'm just gonna open up all the pillows.
Alright, you pick what you... Well, that's a question. Do you want to do the old room or the new room? That is an important question.
We could bring the
Whichever
pillows
room
over if you
goes
want.
to.
Oh dear. I'd probably go to the old room.
Okay, old room it is.
Or Leonhard can have his space if he comes back.
Alrighty. And if you guys want, you can bring some of the pillows over from the new room for extra pillowage.
Shkar will grab a couple of pillows. I know you like these pillows, so.
One short shredding later. It is time to bed down for the night. Wolf slowly finds, unless there's anything anyone wants to do before bed.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Then Wolf finds
What the
to
hell?
Wolf finds to a night's sleep. Kaizan finds to a night's trance. And Shivari finds herself to a night's light activity, whatever you intend that to be.
When the other two are asleep, she will try and quietly exit the room and go into the other room.
Roll stealth. Let me quickly look up the rules of trance. Because I don't know how alert Kaizan is in trance. 9 stealth. For starters, Kaizan, wants you pass perception. I assume.
16.
Yup.
So,
Are you wood elf or half elf?
I'm wood elf.
Thank you. Okay, trance. No, God's sake. Elf. Okay, elf traits. Trance. You can dream after a
Remaining
fashion.
semi-conscious.
Semi-conscious. Okay, so with your passive perception, you would hear the faint creaking of floorboards as Shivari, and the creaking of the door. Then Shivari closing the door. You can tell it's Shivari because you can hear Wolf snoring.
Alrighty. Duly noted.
Okay. Gonna keep your long rest going, not interrupt it.
Kaizan will get up
Okay. What do you want to do?
and follow after sneakily.
Roll stealth.
Oh my goodness.
25.
Okay. Alright. Quiet as a mouse, Kaizan rises from his trance, steps over the feathers, careful not to slip, and slowly exit the room. Shivari, you've entered into the other room.
Yep.
Okay. There are only 2 keys. The other one is in the hands of Leonhardt. Did you lock the door behind you? Or did you just close it?
I think I just closed it.
Okay. Well, Kaizan, you come to a closed door. Jump back to you in a second. Shivari, what are you doing?
I will kind of walk over to like the wall, not exactly sure how this works, but kind of like lean closer to it and kind of like, I got the worm, centipede, insect thing.
Alright, Kaizan, what are you doing?
Listening at the door.
Roll perception. You're listening through solid wood. 21.
21.
Okay.
I'm going like, under the door is a little
Okay.
Little
Down on
gap,
hands
like-
and knees, ear against the
Alright.
crack in the door. Okay. You can make out most of what Shivari is saying. You will miss out on the odd word. I'll tell you if there's anything in particular you do miss. Shivari, you step up to the wallpaper and say what you said. Doesn't appear to be any immediate movement.
She doesn't sleep, so she'll just get in a chair and just sit and wait.
Okay. Kaizan, you hear. And then silence.
Huh. I'm gonna wait for a little while longer, probably like 10-15 minutes, and if he doesn't hear anything else, then we'll go back to bed.
Okay. 10-15 minutes do pass. You slowly creep back to bed.
Go back. Yeah.
2 hours from you sitting down, Shivari. notice the slight movement of something what appears to be a small black dot on the wallpaper. And the dot slowly grows bigger until it begins to form into a more solid shape. You do notice it appears to be a small horse and carriage drawn with a load of golf clubs strapped to the back of it. As it pulls up, clown car style, a giant steps out of it, much larger than the carriage itself. It steps out. Sorry I'm late. I heard something about a centipede.
Yes. I collected it. It is in my bag right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, if you'd be so kind as to place it, if you'd be so kind as to take it to the park at midnight tomorrow night, and place it in a circle of salmon and incense, if you would. That would be very kind of you, and we'll collect it from there. Lit incense, of course. We're not savages.
Okay.
Marvelous, thank you. Very well done, by the way. I was watching. Very impressive. None of you died. Equally impressive.
We are a capable bunch. We work well together.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great, great. Now then, I would suggest you get enough. I would suggest you relax and get enough rest. You should be getting a visitor in approximately. It looks like a non-existent watch on his wrist. Approximately 3 hours.
Who is the visitor?
Oh, some members of Homeland Security. They expect to find you asleep. They're going to be very surprised.
Oh, all right.
Wonderful.
Thank you
Have
for
a
the warning.
You are welcome. Have a lovely night. Tell your friends that we send our regards.
Okay.
Marvelous. Have a good night. I'm off to play the 19th hole. And he gets into the carriage again, and the carriage rides off.
Good luck.
Do you do anything in the next couple hours?
No, she'll just kind of do her usual, kind of like passively read something,
Okay.
sit around it.
Couple hours later, then. Kaizan, it would be your room first. Roll me no, it's past perception, I guess. You're semi-conscious, but it would be enough. A very faint knock at the door is heard. You have high enough past perception, I think, probably to hear it. You've had your long rest at this point.
Okay. Knock at the door.
Yes, very, very faint, very quiet.
Look
Me too.
around. Do I see?
What's your passive perception with?
No, have I had my long rest?
You have, yes. Everyone will have had their long rest at this point.
Okay.
Look around the room. Do I see Shivari?
You do not.
Mm-hmm.
Another very faint knock, and then a whisper. Anybody up?
Guess I'm gonna get up and go to the door, open it a little crack.
You see a very
Okay.
surprised face, just like, oh, I thought dressed in Homeland Security garb with a dark cloak over the top. Oh, I thought you would be asleep.
No.
Well, would you
Who are
be
you?
Private Daniels of Homeland Security. Would you be so kind as to come with us, please? King's orders. Holds out a crest to the king.
Just myself, or?
Oh no, we're taking your friend as well. We were gonna. Look, I've been told to. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I've been told to kidnap you all for testing, but unfortunately, turns out you're awake. So, could you like pretend to be kidnapped? Be really helpful.
Why?
Because that's what the king asked me to do. I'm just a collector.
I just work here.
I'll go with you, sure, but that is it.
Okay, excellent. Would you be willing to wear this ceremonial bag? Holds up a sack.
No.
All right, fair enough. What about the ceremonial ropes of friendship?
No.
All right, fair enough. Can you, can you at least help me tie up your friend? Points to Wolf.
No.
Okay. All right. Carriage is outside. It's waiting for you. I'll meet you downstairs.
Okay.
He goes up. He goes up to Wolf. Licks over him.
Yeah. Cause then I'll go wake up Wolf.
He's just getting out of rope at this point. Wait,
I'm gonna grab it and yank it really hard.
He falls on face first onto the bed.
Oh boy, a rope!
He lets go of it and lets you take it. Just like, yes, the ceremonial rope of friendship. There's a carriage
Oh,
waiting.
that's so exciting!
There's a carriage waiting for you downstairs. Could you take it?
I'm gonna put the other piece of the rope back in his hand.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna pull it again real hard.
Could you please get in the carriage and I need to go. Where's your other friend? Please, King's orders, by the way. Hi, Private Daniels. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, hello. My name is Wolf.
Yes,
which one
I'm
are you?
aware.
Oh.
I believe checks a piece of paper. Shivari is the name.
Oh. Where is Shivari?
Yeah. I will go have a look. I will be right back.
All right, but you get in that car in a couple minutes. You're being kidnapped, remember?
No.
Oh my god. I will go get in the car and I'm a good boy.
Oh, thank you, sir. The man follows Kaizen out into the hallway.
Yeah, cause then just knock on the door that he saw Shivari enter.
Okay, Shivari, you hear a knock, knock, knock.
Shari will go open the door. Say, is Homeland here?
Hi.
Yeah.
How did you... this is a kidnapping of the king. Why you would... Can you get in the car?
Okay.
Thank you. Alright.
Kaizen's doing with any self-preservation.
Kaizen, do you get in the car? Is the question.
Is this like a cart with like, some bars on it, or is it just
No, it looks pretty
random
looks
cart?
pretty comfortable. There are a couple other
Alright.
guards inside the car who look very confused when Wolf comes out and just jumps in next to them, not tied up and with no bag.
I will have the rope. But if
Has
you
the
want to
rope.
take it from me, I'm gonna
Rope of
pull on it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll get into the car.
Alrighty.
Well, before I went downstairs and make sure I have stuff with me.
Oh yeah, you're all allowed to. Any of
Yeah.
you who don't grab your stuff, you quickly find the Daniels running up and downstairs, bringing you the stuff. Your usual stuff. He comes back down and just pokes his head in to the car. All right, you're going to be taken to a secret location right now. Can I once again tempt any of you in the ceremonial hat of friendship? Holds up the sack again.
I'll put it on.
Thank you, Ruth. You know what? You've made this you all have made this the easiest kidnapping ever, and I appreciate that. You've made my job very easy tonight. Woof, I believe I will. I have been tasked with remaining here to look after your animals. They will be well taken care of. When you return, if you return, you'll be relieved of duty. If not, they will be taken into foster care.
If?
Good luck, have fun. Slaps the side of the cart. The cart
I
begins to ride
mean,
off.
eat bread 3 times a day. Carol only eats salmon.
Okay, that's fine. He waves you off. A look of confusion and just pure befuddlement on his face, honestly, as he heads upstairs. As you look up at your room window, you can see, hearing her name being shouted, 2 paws and a golden retriever face poking above the top of the door for the window frame.
I changed my mind. I won't go back.
Sorry, sir. This is a kidnapping.
Is it?
I mean,
Take
he
the
looks
sack
at his
off.
friends, looking. He looks at his friends as if looking for support, and they just shrug. Kinda. Look, you're really not supposed to see where we're going. So if you're not gonna wear the ceremony, what did Daniels call it? Another guy in the corner puts his hand up. The hat of friendship. Yeah, if you're not gonna wear the hat of friendship, we're gonna pull the curtains. We would like you to not open them.
Are we going to the palace?
No.
Oh boy, the palace! Leonhardt's gonna be so jealous. Where is he?
He will be waiting for you after your evaluation. He gets a slap across the head. Shut up! He's safe. Everything is fine.
Oh boy, I can't wait to tell him.
I
What are your
will
names
look-
again?
My name is none of your concern. I'm Harry. Damn it, Harry. Damn it, Harry. Look, Jim, this is not going according to plan. Just abandon procedure. Why'd you tell him my name, you idiot?
I guess I thought that just being more friendly than just like asking people to come with you during the day would be better than doing all the secretive stuff at night.
Well, yeah, but it's secret. What's the point of being secret if you can't be sneaky?
Well, you're not really being.
Oh,
sneaky
you
right
asked
now.
me. You guys seem to get caught an awful lot.
That was our threat. That was not us. That was the other guy, and he was reprimanded. We're trying to be
This
sneaky.
guy.
Which guy?
Yeah, the guy that got caught again. We caught 3 of your guys now.
Look. He technically did his job. Sorta.
You'd best not get to 5. Wolf can't count that high, so just.
Alrighty. They have pulled the curtains at this point. Do you leave them alone?
Try to take a really good sniff of where we are.
Okay, roll perception.
I closed the wrong thing.
Oh no.
Perception. 22.
22. You can smell what smells like bread being freshly made. You're aware of a couple bakeries in town, so you have a 1 in 4 chance of guessing where you are. If you were to
Guys,
try
we're
and
by a
come back here.
bakery.
What the?
Alright, Kaizen will take out a few, like, ball bearings
Okay.
and go to, like, basically sneakily, like, toss them on, like, one side of the cart, and then while theoretically people might be momentarily distracted by them, take a quick peek out of the cart.
Okay. So you get out ball bearings and just toss them into the corner of the car. So surreptitiously,
Yeah.
or just obvious
N-
toss?
No, trying to be sneaky
Okay.
about, like, oh, what are those? I didn't see Kaizen throw those.
All right, roll a sleight of hand.
Where did those come from?
17.
17. Okay. One of them watches as you put your hand to your pocket, and as you roll, but he is still distracted. As you roll several ball bearings out onto the floor, and he looks confused at you, and then down at the ball bearings. Why do you? His friend is just like, "What's that noise?" Okay, roll a dexterity check to see how quickly you can look out.
Dexterity check.
General dexterity.
18.
18. All right, roll me a perception check.
15.
You take a quick twitch of the curtain and sit back down. The guy looks up at you again, just like, what do you do that for?
It's for good luck.
Roll deception. And while you're doing that, when you peeked out the window, you noticed a couple of the more fancier looking buildings. You're definitely in one of the more expensive areas of town. You couldn't really tell much more than that from your quick glance.
Cool.
19.
19.
Elves.
I thought it was a good joke.
So you guys continue going, guys, and you do notice, interestingly enough, every time the cart turns, you can see the ball bearings rolling from side to side. So you can tell, even though you could potentially tell by the lean, the ball bearings make it a little bit more obvious, even on the slighter turns, which way you're turning.
Nice.
We coming back.
Eventually, though,
Try to keep track of all the turns that are being had.
okay, roll me a it's just a memory thing. Roll me a general intelligence check. Actually, there's intelligence or survival. Allow either.
Alright, survival.
Nice.
24.
You think you've got a pretty good map of which directions you took, but you weren't entirely sure where you started.
No.
So if you're able to get a good memory of exactly where you were, then you might be okay. But if you're able to find out where you were, but it would still be a little bit hit and miss. You've got a pretty good idea, though. You just need to find the starting point. Alright.
Mhm.
Eventually, after a little bit more of a ride, the ball bearings roll towards Kaizen, who's sitting at the front, as the entire cart tips forwards a little bit. You hear the clip-clopping of hooves starting to echo a little bit more. And the sound of the slow morning traffic beginning to filter out and replaced with just the echoing sound of hooves and the odd sound of dripping water. So you keep going for a little bit longer. Eventually you hear the rider up front. You go, whoa! You hear the hoof sounds come to a stop. You hear one of the guards inside the car with you. He leans forward and goes, wait here. We need to make sure you don't get shot/stabbed on sight because you're not wearing the hat of friendship. And he opens the car and steps out of it. You can hear some talking outside the cart. Okay, Captain, there has been a situation. What, did you miss one of them? No, not exactly. They have all been accounted for. However, they are conscious. Ah, I see. Did you forget the knockouts, or did you not strike them, or what is the issue here? I assume they're still all bound. Well, no, we did not use any of the knockout materials, and well, we did not bind them. Why not? Well, they refused. Private, do I need to remind you what a kidnapping is? I'm sorry, sir. Just look, just get them out if they're conscious. I'll take it from here. He opens the door and goes, "All right, everybody out. Thank you for riding the kidnap carts." So he steps aside to allow you all to step out if you wish.
Fine, we'll tip him a gold.
I cannot. I cannot accept this. This friend grabs it. I can't pockets it.
Yeah, step out of the cart.
Okay.
Yep.
Look around.
You step out. You can see a dimly lit by a couple candles around it room. You can see several guards, about 6 or 7. All of which are wearing masks. As you can see before you, very plain masks, very dark colours. Standing in front of you, though, is a person in a slightly more ornate mask with a captain's sigil on his lapel. As he looks across you,
Immediately suspicious of all of them.
that's fair. Good day. Good morning. This is unexpected. I guess in this case, thank you all for coming willingly. I'm sure you're all wondering why you are here.
Could you take that off, please?
No, I'm afraid we cannot. This is the entire point of this meeting tonight, to establish your trustworthiness. You have all been hanging around and have been part of a team that has been conducting several covert operations, as instructed by the Crown. We have done background checks on you, but you have got to the point of meeting the royal family, and as such, we cannot let unvetted members roam so freely any longer. So as such, consider this your interview process. Now then.
Okay.
Wonderful. We would like to have a sit-down talk with all of you, ask a couple questions about some of the things that have happened recently and where you've come from, why you've come to home, etc. And to ensure that you are all trustworthy enough to continue being in such close proximity to the royal family. Any questions? I have never had to ask that before.
How long will this take?
Well, if your answers are satisfactory and you complete every part of the trials, then you should be out by noon.
Okay.
We couldn't do this like at a reasonable hour. Like we had breakfast and then we went down here, we did the thing, and then maybe around lunchtime we got a lunch break and then we go home.
You will be asked questions, you will be tested, and then if you are acceptable, you will be freed. If we have trouble ascertaining your trustworthiness, then you may take a bit longer. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful. Well then. Normally you would be in cells, but as we're at this point already, through that door you will find a room with tea and biscuits. If you wish to make yourselves comfortable, we will call you one at a time for your interrogation.
Okay.
Can I have cream and 5 sugars?
The facilities are there for you to do with as you see fit.
Okay.
Alrighty. Do I have... Again, never had to ask this question before. Do I have any kidnapping volunteers to go first?
I guess me, I'll go first, I suppose.
Alrighty then, thank you very much. Come with me into this room, if you please, dear Kaizan Woof, if you would like to make yourself comfortable. He steps her into the room. Woof is wolfing down the biscuits. Shafari, you are led into a room lit a little bit more brightly. There is a sconce on the back wall, which is giving a little bit more illumination to the room. You can see, currently sitting in the corner, is someone wearing very dark robes, holding a small pouch. You recognize this to be a component pouch. It's the master, I guess, sits down at one side of a table with a chair either side of it, and gestures to you at the other side of the chair.
I will sit down in the chair.
Wonderful. Now then, if you don't mind, we are going to attempt to ensure that you are being wholly truthful throughout this exercise.
Okay.
Okay. You now have the option, if you wish, to make a charisma saving throw. Wait, hang on. Let me double check. Let me double check the spell. It might be wisdom. Feeling of forgetting. It is a charisma, yes.
She will not attempt to resist.
Okay. You are under the effects of a Zone of Truth spell. So, for those who do not know what that means, you cannot speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. That doesn't mean you can't dance around the truth or just not speak, but you cannot speak a deliberate lie. Alrighty. Well then, for the sake of this interview, I will be Captain 4. Now then, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Shari Taber.
Shari Taber. And where are you from, Shari?
I'm from Olotalan.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what's it like there? What's your family life like at home?
It was nice. My parents are archaeologists, so I was always going with them around the countryside, and it was fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are you cold, by the way? I can get you a blanket or a coat or anything. I know it's early.
No, I'm okay.
Excellent, wonderful. Well then, what exactly has brought you to our wonderful city of Holm? What has inspired your travel? You seem to travel often enough at home. Why the sudden change of scenery?
I came here for the academy.
Indeed, but in your time here, you have spent a surprisingly small amount of time at the academy.
I did go there, and I asked if I could perhaps eventually be a student, and I was told... I was told no, basically.
I believe it says here in my notes that you were told you would need a recommendation from a figure of authority. You know two figures of authorities, and you have yet to ask either.
Yes, but I talked to the Archmage there, and she seemed to think that it was best if I came back at the future date.
I see, understood. And was that a problem for you? You came here all this way for the academy, and you were figuratively turned away at the door. That's got to be frustrating, isn't it? The caster, such as yourself.
I mean, it was perhaps at the time frustrating, considering it was the reason I journeyed here, but I was also here for seeking answers, and I found some of those answers.
Interesting. What answers would those be?
In regards to a book that I found,
Interesting. Would it be would this be the dark book that we found on your possessions? The one in darker
Yes.
leather? Intriguing. And what answers were you seeking? What questions do you have around it?
where it came from, what is it,
And what answers have you found?
from the professor at the academy, Professor Brody. He told me it has connections to some type of entity or something.
Very interesting. Yes, we have been keeping an eye on Professor Brody, and you have spent a reasonable amount of time with him. What answers have you been able to glean from a person who, according to my notes here, is off his rocker?
He is a little bit crazy, yes, but he was helpful in just giving me answers about what the book might be, about the nature of the patron that he served.
Yes, so it seems our information is correct, that you are drawing your, from what we have witnessed at least, significant magical powers from an external source, a patron, as you mention it.
Yes.
Intriguing. What relation do you have with this patron? Do they have a name? Are they here right now?
I do not know if they are here right now. As for my patron, the one that presumably is where this book came from, we can call that the relationship estranged.
I see. And would you like to elaborate?
After talking with Professor Brody, I got visitors from his patron, or someone who works for his patron, and I've been mostly working with them now. They suggested that I do not work with the one that I came into contact with this book.
A change in loyalty.
I mean, I wouldn't say that my loyalty was placed with the first one.
would you say your loyalty is placed in this new one?
I will say that my loyalty could eventually be placed in this new one. I do not know.
I see, I see. And do you know where the loyalty of this new associate of yours lies? Do they have a name?
They have not told me a name.
I see.
As
What
far
have
as
you
I
been
know,
referring to them as?
has she been referring to them as anything? I don't remember. Just that they are a servant of the gatekeeper. I haven't really given them a name.
Gatekeeper will do. Note something down. And where do you feel their loyalty lies? You're drawing and seems to have a slightly better relationship with this gatekeeper. You're drawing some power from it. You seem to have a better relationship with it. Where do you feel its loyalty lies?
Well, it is at least communicated with me directly, and that helps with that. And it seems like they are loyal to the gatekeeper patron. I do not know.
So you do not communicate with this gatekeeper directly?
I have not yet, no.
Interesting, interesting. Do you feel this associate of yours would be willing to pledge its allegiance to Home?
I have no idea.
Wonderful. Do you feel it could mean Home harm?
I don't know. I do not think so, but I don't know the extent of what they are, to be honest.
Interesting. Well, if your patron, the one who you draw power from, did mean Home harm, where would you stand on such an issue?
I would be against that.
Wonderful. But you do not know the motivations of this patron. How does that make you feel, looking into the unknown?
I mean, worried, but honestly, I feel excited because it is an opportunity to learn.
Wonderful. And now you've said you would not be willing to join your patron if they meant Home harm, but how about yourself? How does your allegiance lie, being not from this country, being not from this city? You have experienced some of its wonders, and have even got to meet the royal family.
It is a nice city, but it is not my home.
Could it be your home?
I don't know.
I see. Well, home is where the heart is, so we can see where that goes from here. I appreciate your honesty.
Well, you have your zone of truth on me, so I figure I should just be honest.
Your magical knowledge knows quite a bit of versatility to understand the particular spell we cast on you. Again, that is appreciated. Now, you've been hanging around with Prince Satra. What are your opinions on him?
He is someone to be admired and respected.
Aww.
Quiet, mysterious, ghostly voice. Sorry, that's the wind. It sometimes rushes through the stonework. Makes strange noises like that. Indeed, and he has come by. What do you believe of his royal qualities as opposed to his more personality qualities?
I mean, he is someone that seems very dedicated to his people. And what more could you want with someone who is royalty?
Very well put. And how about the king himself? What are your opinions on our mighty leader?
I can't say I've really had enough discussion with the king to have an opinion one way or the other.
Of course, fair enough, but you do admit that the city itself is lovely, and you, I assume, will admit that that has at least something to do with the king.
Presumably. It is a nice city. It has its faults, as any city does, but I would say that the king has done a good job.
Interesting, interesting. And what faults in particular would you like to highlight in this interview?
I mean, maybe there is not much to be done about it, but there are gangs that roam around mostly freely.
That is something else I wanted to pursue. You have been noted to have been at one point in the presence of one of these gangs multiple times, visiting them at the docks.
Yes, that was
Would
the,
you consider yourself having a close relationship with this Beholder gang?
close relationship? No, but they were a means to an end in the mission that we are doing.
Indeed. As I have said, you've been conducting these covert missions under the leadership of Sir Leonhard von Griever. How would you rate his leadership skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
10. Note something down. Very curious. Good to hear. Well then. I believe this has all been fairly enlightening. One final line of questioning. Being a powerful caster such as yourself, you have came here seeking the academy, but I would be curious to know your opinion on the movements of the Magical Independence and Liberation Front.
Magic is both wonderful and dangerous. There are people who will abuse that, but there are people who will use it for good. I don't necessarily believe that someone who does magic should be persecuted, but I also do not think that people should just be allowed to freely cast dangerous magic.
Indeed, so you do believe there should be some kind of control over the uses of magic?
I think that making it more welcome to our people to go to, like, the academy or other schools where they can be properly trained is the best course of action.
You sound like Lord Papyrus. Well then, I believe that is all I had to cover for the moment. Have you ever been... but one final question for personal interests. Have you been contacted by the Magical Independence and Liberation Front at any point?
No.
Interesting. Well, if you do hear anything about them being a powerful mage making a name for yourself, please be sure to inform Leonhard. He will know where to send this. As, well, mages are very powerful, and we cannot be too careful about any of the magic users in this city.
Understandable.
We must be suspicious at all times. Thank you for your time, Shivari. If you'd like to head back and send in whichever of your friends wishes to come in next.
Alright.
Thank you.
Try to get up and go into the other room.
Okay. You enter. Woof has finished the biscuits. Guys, I'm Woof. What are you doing in this time, if anything in particular? Biscuits. Kaizen, you're muted.
Yeah, looking around the room, are there any other... How many, like, guards are in there?
In this room, none.
Oh.
There is one door in, one door out, no windows. Just a couple comfy-ish, not the most comfy, but comfy-ish chairs. Some drinks-making facilities, no alcohol. Some biscuits, and the odd sandwich.
Cause I don't listen at the door that we came in to see if there's any, like, guards outside talking or anything.
You do hear talking, roll perception.
Alright. Natural 1 for a total of 7.
Natural 1. The talking's usually far away, but you can hear a couple of them walking around. The only thing you hear, the only part of the conversation you're able to keep track of, is as one of them walk past, just goes, well, that's why I just really enjoy getting super drunk before I go out on duty. As the conversation moves away.
Quality.
You're then made slightly jump as Shivari opens the door as you did not hear her coming. With your ear next to it. Shivari, you enter into the room. You can see Woof next to a plate of crumbs, and Kaizen stepping away from the door that you just opened.
She kind of just glances at the crumbs for a second, like, "Oh."
Oh.
If either of you want to go in, they are ready for their next person.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Kaizen, you head in next. As the door is about to shut, one of the guards pokes their head in and just goes, "Need anything?"
Is that directed at us? Me and
Yes,
Wolf?
you two. As Kaizen heads towards the other door.
Perhaps something to eat?
Oh, what is a plate of... Oh, Will brings up things right away. Ducks out, and a couple minutes later, a couple more sandwiches, and what looks like another pack of biscuits has been opened and provided. Sorry, when I say biscuits, I mean crackers, as opposed to, like, sweet biscuits.
Aww.
This time they do bring some cheese.
Ooh.
The roller coaster of emotions. Alrighty. Kaizen, you head in, you find, once again, the man in the mask sitting behind the desk. He gestures to the chair, and you spot the hooded figure in the corner holding the small pouch. Good day. Just so you know, for the sake of this interview, I will be Captain 4. And for the sake of this interrogation, we will be casting magic on you to make sure that you are speaking the truth. Now, if you'd be so kind as to submit to it, that would be very kind of you.
Okay.
Wonderful. And with that, you have the option, if you wish, to make a charisma save.
I'll fail it.
Okay. You fail it. He starts looking through some papers and looks up at you. Now then, would you be able to please state your name for the record?
Kaizen Amakir.
Amakir. And how do you spell that last bit?
Amakir.
Wonderful, thank you. And where are you from, Kaizen?
From the village of Ease.
Wonderful. Interesting. And what has inspired you to come all this way to our wonderful city?
I suppose you want the long version of the story?
No, that would be very preferable. I have a lot of time.
Well, I mean, came here for opportunity. There was not much in my village, or near my village, that I thought that I could. There's not much I could do there. Not many advancements to be had. It is a small village, and after being blessed by a fey creature when I was there, I was destined for something more, something outside of that. I do not know where to go, but there was an opportunity to come here, and so I took it.
Very understandable. Now, tell me more about this blessing fey creature.
I was hunting in the woods in Ease, and then I was attacked by, I don't really know what it was, perhaps some evil fey creature, but it was something that nearly killed me. But then this much more powerful huntress, healer, something of the sort, came and slayed this other evil creature, saved my life, mended my bow, gave me a little token, a charm, and with that, I suppose, was a blessing. She told me I was destined for great things.
Indeed. And what made you so sure that this was a blessing in any way, shape, or form?
I looked up the texts. I come from the village. I was an assistant calligrapher. I copied down many old texts. I did some research, and it seemed to be exactly as something else many, many years before, which was a blessing. Very similar, in fact.
Would you consider yourself blessed?
Of course.
I see. What kind of blessing are we talking here? Are we talking true magical deity coming down and giving you powers or ability to complete your everyday life, or are you talking getting the last donut? I believe the kids these days are calling it, hey batch blessed.
Definitely more than the latter there. I don't know exactly of the power, the extent of it, but from what I saw, it was definitely powerful. Maybe it has helped in my advancement of my abilities. Seem to be advancing rather quickly.
This would be agreeable. I did want to ask, where did you pick up your formidable skill? We have not seen a bowman as proficient as you in such a short amount of time. Also, follow-up question on that, how old are you?
How am I? 121.
And yet you've still picked up the bow at such a proficient level, significantly quicker than a lot of people twice your age.
Yes, I mean, everyone, or most people from the village of Ease, they are trained to be proficient in weapons so that we might defend ourselves if the need comes. I also went to hunt, so I was a bit more proficient than the average elf from Ease, but I don't know, outside of that, and after I left, it seemed to come naturally, more than before, I suppose.
Would you maybe consider this as part of your blessing, or perhaps just a change of scenery and scenario?
I don't know exactly. I would believe that part of it is due to some blessing, but I also practice very diligently, so a bit of both.
Wonderful, interesting. Now, we've been, from one of our eavesdroppers nearby, you seem to have a significant problem with one of the members of our town, is that right?
Is it?
Well, according to our notes, you appear to hold some kind of vendetta against the owner of the local general store.
I would not consider it a vendetta. I just rather dislike the experience of being there.
I see. So you mean no harm?
No. They can go around their business. I will just, if I can avoid it, not partake in their services.
I see. Speaking of harm, you are you have been traveling around, taking part in some
Chris,
more...
your mic is cracking.
I will fix that one moment. Sorry about that. I really don't know why it's doing that lately. It's been fine most of the time. But we back. Alrighty then. So yes, you've been taking part in some covert operations under the leadership of Sir Leonhardt. For starters, how would you rate his leadership skills on a score of 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I mean, I don't know. He is proficient. He is a good leader, tries to do good as much as he can. The scale, I don't know, 8, 9, something of the sort.
I'll put you down as a 9. Excellent. And how do you feel about these missions that you have been being taken on?
Well, considering they are coming from Leonhardt, I trust them, but I do not necessarily fully trust or am fully aware of the source of them, especially considering the circumstances of which I find myself here.
Oh, what's a friendly kidnapping between acquaintances who have never met before?
Yes, if we are willing to already do work for home, as we have not created any issues. I don't know why this had to be as such.
A cook can still be willing to cook for the king, doesn't mean he might not slip poison into his food. We must check on the backgrounds of anyone who comes in contact, or may in future come in contact with any persons of importance or interest to the crown.
Yes, that is not what I have an issue with. I think that is a good idea. Sure, you are trying to protect your own. Yeah, I just am confused in the need to go through such circumstances to get us here. We would have came if you
Well.
had just asked.
Yes, but you are not allowed to know where here is.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I heard that you attempted an elven good luck ritual during the cart. Was that really an elven good luck ritual?
No.
What was that?
I was trying to look at where we were going.
And now you can see why we needed to make attempts to prevent that. This is a very secure location. We must prevent
Okay.
that secret from getting out. There are other people with access to a spell such as this one, or even more powerful spells.
Okay. My curiosity had quite peaked, but
Oh, I completely
you
understand
and your
curiosity.
secrets, sure.
I completely understand curiosity. It is our job to be curious. I understand and respect it. But I'm sure you understand the counter to curiosity, which is cautiousness.
Indeed, I do.
Wonderful. Now, you are back to the more prudent line of questioning. You are a magic user yourself, right?
Yes.
You've been spending a small amount of time at the academy. How have you been liking your time there?
It is a very intriguing place. Most important. From the brief time we have been there, I have learned some things.
Now, what things have you learned?
Well, I think, nearly able to cast small basic magics from which I was not previously familiar with.
Oh, how interesting. Would you like to demonstrate now?
Sure, I will attempt to.
Okay, you can attempt a charisma check to try and cast precipitation.
Sure.
19.
19.
What were you aiming to cast a precipitation?
Yeah, so,
Summon an
I
egg and
think-
throw it at it.
No. Are there anything like candles or torches in there?
There is a sconce on the back wall.
Try to put that out and then turn it back on.
Okay. You are not able to put it out, but it dims almost to going out and just slightly reignites. You're feeling
Alright.
pretty close to getting this down. Very impressive. Good to see our academy has been treating you well, it seems. You believe you've been taking the free classes that we offer? How would you rate those on a scale of 1 to 10?
The classes, I mean, what did I attended? Maybe 2, 3? Was it 3? I don't know.
We have it down here. You've attended 2 classes and done some reading in your own time, using the access granted to the public of our libraries.
Yes, that is correct. Rating the classes, I mean, they seemed very good, very informative. I mean, I've not attended school here before, so I don't know how to compare it, but a 9.
Wonderful. And do you feel you're going to continue pursuing your magical interests?
Oh, outside of what I am inherently able to do?
Of course.
Perhaps. I mean, if I have the ability for it, I don't see why not, as it would further advance my skill set, further diversify what I am able to do. I need to
Wonderful.
be as powerful as possible.
Very interesting, and I'm sure you will remember that it has been home that is assisting you in learning these skills, and remember that if the need were to arise.
What need are you referring to?
I am referring to the Magical Independence and Liberation Front, who has been encroaching on our borders. I'm sure your loyalty would lie more comfortably closer to here than perhaps with a renegade group such as that. Or do you perhaps show them some sympathy? How do you feel about this group?
I'm sure you are more informed than I, so remind me, please,
They are a
what
group.
exactly their ideals are.
Their ideals, so they say, are the freedom of magic to be used by everyone without limitations or boundaries. Without it being limited to schools or churches. With no rules, a very dangerous ideal.
I mean, as in anything in life, there will be things that people will misuse. If it comes to taking away people's freedoms, that is quite a hard path to try to regulate, I suppose.
Interesting. So you feel that there is a slight point to their opinions?
Of course, I think that trying to limit people is also
Interesting.
dangerous.
Interesting. So
But-
you do not believe that there should be any limitations on magics that could be cast in the city?
There probably should be some sort of limitations. Just maybe not as much as we see here. We see people going to the academy thinking that all mages are spellcasters are evil and going to destroy things. We see them shouting obscenities through the streets.
Well, you can only blame the Magical Independence and Liberation Front there. They have clearly damaged the reputation of the brave magic users who pledge their loyalty to home and use our facilities and our schools to further their disciplines for the good of all of the nation.
Can you only blame them? There must have been.
Of course.
Is there not a reason that people would feel like it was too limited?
We have very
what are-
strict rules around the magic uses around the city.
Home's rules are home's rules.
Indeed, but you don't agree with them fully?
I don't even know if I'm fully educated on them.
Well, if it helps, you have technically broken one law, and that is casting magics within the city, but casting magics within certain parts of the city. But it was a healing spell, so it was forgiven immediately.
In what parts of the city? It was here, no? Or not
It-
here, but
It was nearer
It
the
was-
palace, yes.
in the palace.
Yes, within the palace walls. In fact, you attempted to heal Kira, I believe.
I did indeed, as she was shot within the palace.
Indeed, a valiant effort, attempting to heal a criminal so that she could face Holmes justice. A very noble goal. So, despite agreeing that there might be some more laxed restrictions on magic, you have, I assume, no interest or complaints about the current system being toppled.
Honestly, I don't know if I hold much value in the stake of trying to change the magical laws of home. I do what I have to do with my magics for whatever tasks are set upon us. I'm not trying to bring ill to anybody here. I'm not trying to misuse my abilities.
Indeed. And in fact, you have used your abilities for the crown already, taking on the mantle as requested by the envoy of the Feywild. How do you feel about this particular mission?
The the one from the Feywild?
Yes. Permitted by the king, of course.
I feel as though that is the thing I've been waiting for a long time.
Well, that is wonderful. We are glad you're so eager to serve the crown.
It is more serving my own destiny, from what I
Well,
see.
We are glad your destiny has brought us into our temporary service. Perhaps
Indeed.
more long-term in the future. Now then, you met the king.
Depends on where the threat lies.
Of course. Now, you have met the king, yes? What is your opinion of him and the way he has been managing his wonderful city and country? This is a safe place, Kaizan.
For some,
Oh, it's safe for everyone here. It's the torture rooms where you're not safe. This is the interrogation room.
Oh.
That little interrogation joke there.
that was funny.
Thank you. I may
I
be
don't
known to you
know,
as
I
Captain
mean-
4, but I am known as Captain Chuckles to everyone else.
Oh my god.
I've met with the king and he seemed amiable. He seemed willing to help to some extent. I have no problems with him. I don't doubt that it is quite a task to rule a whole city and kingdom. He's probably doing the best that he can.
Indeed. And you also spent a little bit of time with the prince you went out for his birthday. How do you
Indeed.
feel about Prince Satra?
I feel as though he's quite an upstanding person. I have no complaints.
Did he not try to stab you?
Well, under the effects of magic, I believe it was something malicious of intent from the person who cast the spell on him.
Very understandable, and you hold no grudges of any sort over that. Being stabbed could definitely, obviously, affect your opinions towards someone.
It affects my wariness of my surroundings, of what to be on the lookout for.
Sorry. That is that's very understandable. That's good to hear. Very and so eloquent, might I add.
I mean, if you're looking to say that I am going to look at Prince Satra and wonder if he's going to stab me the next time I see him, I mean, that would maybe be true in some sense if we are around something dangerous, but the same can also be said for everybody.
Very well put again. Very understandable. Now then, your friends. We've already asked you about Celine Hart. How do you feel about your friends Shivari and Woof?
How do I feel about them? That's very vague. What are you looking for?
Well, we have a very powerful magic user who has shown sympathy to other magic users, and a very strange human male who appeared out of nowhere, is on none of our records, and has also shown sympathy to suspected members of the Magical Independence and Liberation Front. How does your trust around them lie?
I trust them as companions. I do not know everything about them. There are some mysteries around both of them that, I mean, in Wolf's case, mysteries that seemingly none of us know. Ones we are hoping to eventually figure out. Wolf means well, but sometimes does not always, I don't know, shows a bit too much sympathy towards things that he does not know. But it is an improving process. As for Shivari, I mean, you've just spoken to her, no? I don't know what you talked about, but
That is confidential. I'm asking
there
your
are
opinion.
many mysteries about her, about the things that she can do. She has always seemed to be helping, no? Of course, she would have sympathy towards magic users, as she is one. I am one. I have sympathy towards magic users as well. Ones that don't aim to do malicious or evil things.
Very understandable. Now, one final line of questioning, and you will be able to rejoin your friends. What is your opinion on Jokma?
I hope Jokma burns.
Interesting. Care to elaborate?
The orcs, the savage creatures from there, they seek nothing but evil, destruction, conquest, enslavement of people. They came here within your walls seeking to do the same.
Indeed, we heard that you were, in fact, one of the people to take care of that. You and your ilk.
I was.
I see. Well, you say your allegiance may not lie with Home, but if Home were to, say, react to these consistent incursions onto our lands, where would you stand on such a matter?
Reaction towards Jokma?
Yes, well, Styria has had several movements of Jokman troops amongst our hills and our fields, and our forests, as you have found as well. I would like to know how you would feel if we were to react to such blazon acts of aggression.
It almost tempts me to go there myself and kill them, to leave my current mission. I will not, but I almost want to.
And if that mission were to take your current mission were to take you to Jokma?
I would gladly go.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Kaizan. This has been very illuminating.
I'm sure it was.
Wonderful. Would you please send in your friend Woof?
Of course.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time. It's been very nice talking to you. Again, you're so eloquent. It has been a pleasure.
Kaizen nods and exits.
Okay, you enter into the room. Shivari, Woof, you have been provided sandwiches and snacks. Anything you were doing in this time?
Just eating a little bit of food and just waiting.
Alrighty. After a few minutes, the door opens once again as Kaizan returns.
Yeah, Wolf, they require you now.
Oh boy, it's my turn.
It is. Have fun.
I'll walk in and sit down.
Yeah, he gestures to the chair, but you walk in and sit down. Good day. For the sake of this interrogation. Excuse me. For the sake of this interrogation, I am Captain 4.
Okay.
We are going to be attempting to cast a spell right now to ensure that you are fully truthful in this interrogation. If you would be so kind as to allow the spell to take hold, this will be very much easier for everyone involved.
Okay.
Alright, you have the option to make the charisma save.
Nah.
Alrighty. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Now then, would you be able to please state your name for the record?
Woof.
Woof. Two O's?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. Now, Woof. It's a very strange name. Would you like to tell me where you got it from?
Emmy gave it to me. I think. That's what I used to say a lot, so it must have been my name.
I see. We actually have a system for that. I believe it was called the Pokemonogram rule. But understandable. We'll jump to Emmy in a second. For starters, I would be curious to know, where did you come from and how did you find yourself in our wonderful country of Styria?
Well, I came from Emmy's house and with a bit of a disagreement because I messed up her spell and I got scared, so I ran away and jumped the cart, rode that out, and then I got bit by a weasel and that's where I got my hat. Oh, wait, I get that to buddy. And then I rode on the cart, and then I met my friend Ashton, and he dropped me off at a place, and then I met Leonhard, and he said we should come here.
Because he's been struggling to write down as you're talking this stream of consciousness. Puts a full stop. I see, and where is Emmy's house located?
There's a troll that lives nearby.
We'll make sure to turn at the nearby troll. Would you be able to describe the home?
It was brown, and it was a barn, and it was red, and it had white doors.
Could you describe the surrounding area?
It was a forest with a troll.
Troll forest. Thank you. Now, why did you listen to Sir Leonhard when he suggested that you come to home of all places?
'Cause he seemed nice.
Do you still believe that?
I think that he's nice. I think that he says some mean things sometimes, but I think he's a guy.
Interesting. And how would you rate his leadership skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
What's 10?
Ah,
Is that good or bad?
10 is the best, 1 is the worst. Anywhere
Okay.
in between, closer you are to 10, the better.
He's probably around this 10. I
10.
like him. He knows what he's doing.
Well, that is good, Woof. That is very good. Now, you have been conducting some covert operations for Sir Leonhard. How do you feel about these particular missions?
I find it kind of silly that you trust our loyalty, considering that we fought a dragon, spoke to a googly eye, and I pheasant in this house.
Yes, it might seem strange that we show some distrust, but I'm sure you would still feel distrust if... Oh god, what analogy do I use here? If someone were to come into your home and showed that they were friends with Emmy or Sebastian or Leonhard, but then they came back another time, and they had a big old backpack and you could see a knife in it. Would you not show some level of distrust?
I don't know. Where Emmy was from, lots of people have that kind of stuff. It's kind of when you go someplace and like you clean up their mess and then they put a bag over your head and sneak into your room at night, you know?
Well made point. but I will try to give you to you in the analogy that I can give. Could it be possible that if this person came into Emmy's house the first time and was friendly, how would you know that they might be attempting to lull her into a false sense of security or get close enough to steal something of value from her?
Emmy's too smart for that. If somebody tried to steal something, she'd turn them into a pig and then we'd eat them.
We?
Oh yeah, me and my brothers and sisters, whenever someone was really bad or tried to take something from Emmy, she'd turn them into an animal and she'd release the hounds.
Wolf, are you a cannibal?
No, what? What is that? That's awful.
It's a person who eats people.
No.
But
I
you
don't
just
think
said
so.
you just said that you would eat people.
Oh, they would be a pig or something. Then I'm not eating a people, I'm eating a pig.
You can't see. Currently, all you see is just a flat face of Mask, as he just sits there completely still for about a minute. I see. And the Hounds, was this some kind of protective group?
Oh, it's my brothers and sisters, and we love Emmy so much. She was such a nice lady. And yeah, if people were suspicious, we'd bark at them, and then we'd chase them.
Bark? Is that a
Yeah.
defensive balk to attempt them to leave? A battle cry, as such?
Kind of.
I see. And what particular weapons did this mercenary, this hound group use?
I would mostly just bit and clawed at them.
Wolf, were you a dog?
Yes.
He closes the book, puts it aside, gets out another one, starts writing in that instead.
One
Why?
moment, someone is at my door.
Okay, we'll treat this as our halftime break then. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. We will return in about 3 minutes for the continuation of this. And I hope everyone is having a good time so far. This will be a shorter stream today, but stick around. And we will be back with more wonderful information very shortly. See you all in a bit. Bye. And welcome back, everyone. So, where we left off, the group were being individually interrogated. We saw Shivari and Kaizan's interrogations, and we're partway through Woof's, where the interrogator, in this case he is going by the name of Captain 4, has just found out that Woof used to be a dog. We're going to pick up with that of... Interesting. How?
How?
No, how are you no longer a dog? Were you originally a human and became a dog, or were you a dog who became a human? Do you have the power to switch back and
that
forth
one.
at will?
No. No, I was trying to help Emmy, and I got in the way of her spell, and I must have messed something up, and then instead of hitting the bad guy, she hit me, and she was real mad, and that's why I ran away.
I see. How are you, adjusting to humanity?
It kind of sucks. If I could be a dog, I'd rather not.
I see. Very interesting. And what are your goals other than re-dogification?
Going back to see Emmy would be nice. I like Sebastian. Maybe like hang out with him a couple times.
So you do not know where this Emmy is?
No.
I see.
Get out of my food.
Well then. So you have no intention to stay long-term in Home?
No.
Interesting. While you're here, how do you feel about the current leadership?
There's a lot going on that I understand, or at least that's what Leonhardt says, and I could take it or leave it. Home is a favorite place to be.
I see. How do you feel about any threats that might come to Home, and therefore, via extension, your friends Sebastian, and Leonhardt, and the other friends you ever made here? I heard you were very close with Lord Papyrus during your journeys.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
If somebody tried to hurt them, then I'd kill them.
I see. But you understand that they call Home their home, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they would be upset if someone were to attack their home?
Yeah.
So if someone were to attack their home, what would you do?
Oh, I'd help them. For their sake, not for Home.
So via an extension of friendship, you do hold some, at least protective fondness for their home, which in this case is Home.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Now, how do you feel about your other friends? I've asked you about Sir Leonhardt. How do you feel about Shivari and Kaizan? We have reports of you and Kaizan at one point as well discussing quietly at a dinner party over some cutlery. No one's that interested in cutlery. I would be interested in knowing the actual topic of conversation, please. We do not like secrets.
Oh, we were at a party, and there were like 12 different spoons, and we were trying to follow along, and Kaizen was better than me, and there was a guy, and he was wearing a blue mask, and he was using it wrong, laughing. Figured it out, and he had it still.
He looks to the hooded figure in the corner who just gives a shrug. Turns back, writes it down.
Why do you guys have 12 spoons? Why do you need a spoon to eat an egg? Just eat it.
Personally, I do not use an egg spoon, but some people believe it shows culture. Now, to the previous question, how do you feel about your friends, Kaizan and Shivari?
Oh, I love Shivari so much. I would do anything for her. I like Kaizan too, but I really...
Wonderful, interesting. And you would protect them in the same way you would protect any of your other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to show loyalty. Now, I also have here that you appear to At one point or another, there appears to have been discussions in your group amongst caves. What is this about? Did you perhaps leave something special in a cave? Something, perhaps the Goblin Cave that you raided? What is this cave business I've been hearing about?
Well, I like to explore, and we got really big trouble one time because we were exploring, so now we don't go into caves anymore.
What kind of trouble was this?
We got eaten by snakes.
Eaten?
Well, Leonhard got mostly eaten. We had to cut him free of it. I got constricted. Shivari was not looking too good, but he ran away. He does that. I liked him, though.
I see. Buddy, I believe he was your friend who is currently undergoing knighthood training?
Yeah, he's great.
Wonderful. He too calls Styria his home, you know. Protecting Styria would be protecting him as well.
I get it. Gosh.
Wonderful.
Jeez, guys.
Interesting. Well then. I do not believe that I have that many other questions for you, other than how you have been feeling about some of these missions you have been going on and why you have missed out on a couple of them.
Oh, 'cause, doing things for the king kinda sucks.
Interesting. Wonderful. Would you be able to... Thank you for your time, Woof. Mr. Woof? Master Woof? What would you prefer?
Oh, anything is fine. Leonhard gave me a surname once.
What is your surname?
Von Doggenstein.
Von Doggenstein. Well, Mr. Von Doggenstein, if you would like to return to the waiting room, and if you could send Kaizan and Shivari back through, there will also be a brand new plate of sandwiches brought through for you. I do have a couple more questions to ask, though.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Wolf.
I will get up and I will walk back. Captain Maya would like to see you guys.
Both of us, or just one?
Both of you guys, these questions for you. They're gonna bring me a sandwich.
Okay.
Okay, you step back.
Through the door.
Step back through. Woof. Sandwiches are brought. Raise the roof, indeed. As Shivari and Kaizan, you step through to the room, but before you step into the main area you arrived in. But before you make it into the room, the masked man, Captain Ford, does come out and says, "Ah, wonderful. If you two would like to follow me, please. We still have some questions for your friend, so he will be a little later, but I feel confident about his impending release."
Okay.
Wonderful. He leads you
Okay.
down, several dark corridors, and then steps into what you can see to be a very large open room. In the center, there is a large pool of very greenish, algae-ish looking liquid. The walls themselves are covered in spikes, and I'm realizing I am saying instead of showing.
Ooh.
You see a room. Spikes along the walls. You're currently seeing the lower floor. There is an you're seeing the upper floor right now. One moment. I'm on the wrong layer. Map layer. To back.
A lot of
There you
spike.
go. Now you're seeing the low floor.
Oh my.
This is where you currently are. There are, in fact, a lot of spikes. You see this area. The man known as Captain Ford gestures into the room and goes, "This is the last part of your our interrogations of you, we will be right now testing your general loyalty to the king and the crown.
Okay, and how will you be doing that?
We will be testing in our own methods to ensure that your commitment to protecting the crown and all its subsidiaries are in the best interest of home.
I see. Does that have to do with all those spikes?
No, they're just security.
Against?
Not you, hopefully.
Mocha from me.
Definitely a Monka moment for sure.
So you step in, you have control of your characters.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, you step into the room. Shivari Rosie is on the screen and she should be controllable, so you can bring her summon and desummon if you wish. Would you like her summoned now or in pocket?
Nah, she'll stay out for now.
Okay,
Or
she's
stay
right
in
there
her
for
pocket.
when you need her.
Okay.
Okay. The door, a portcullis, is shut behind you. You can see that there are the stands up above, so they are about 15-20 feet high. The walls are mostly spiked, so it is a little bit harder to climb up there. It's large pillars, and you can see at the top a large grate with light above it, but you can't really make out what's up there. Well then, your loyalty to the crown will be tested. Release the VIP, and with that you see the grate up above open, and you hear a mighty, "Hey, what's the big idea?" as Satra falls from the ceiling in full armor, full equipment.
Oh, I was not prepared for this voice at all.
And falls directly into the pool.
Oh dear! Oh, it's in my armor. Oh gosh. Oh man. The kings
So-
are gonna be so upset.
Satra, the very first thing that happens is you start to sink because you're wearing heavy armor.
Fuck!
Hey, which armor are you wearing, sorry?
Seeing this,
I am wearing plate armor.
Okay, you start to
I will
sink.
go and try and help. Satra.
Okay, as you step into the water, you do notice, and Satra, you notice as well, the movement from inside the water. And would everyone like to roll initiative as...
It's inside me.
It's not inside you, but it wants to make you inside it.
What the fuck is that?
That is
So
a
I
Hydra.
probably only made it like right there then.
Wherever you wish to have ended up.
Okay, well, she was trying to get to Satra, so.
Alrighty. Roll for initiative, team.
That's
As
crazy.
I quickly change Woof's name to Satra
Oh,
for this.
retribution.
Nice. You are horseless here.
I am horseless. I was just looking. I was changing to my Satra token. I accidentally clicked the pony.
Nice,
It's
fair
only-
enough.
Horse falls from the sky.
Horse falls from above. It's the next level of rocks fall, everyone dies. Horse falls. Splashes into water.
Retribution rains from above.
Alrighty then. That should be working, but it ain't. But whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Alrighty. So then, Kaizen surprisingly is not going first. Shivari, you see these multiple heads of this yellow scaled creature, with a large body swimming below the water as it begins to swim towards its prey that is slowly descending into the murky depths. What do you wish to do?
Shapari's gonna try and like grab Satra and try and like help him get out of the water.
Okay, do you have a swim speed?
I don't think so.
Okay, roll athletics.
Alright, I'm super good at athletics with my mind.
Okay. So the way this works, if starters, your movement speed is halved while you're in the water because you are swimming.
Okay.
You are not able to pull very far, so you are able to drag Satra 5 feet. As your movement speed is halved and then halved again. So you are halved to 15 and then halved to 5, rounded down in this case. So you pull Satra 5 feet back. You can swim. You can move yourself back 5 feet as well. This does not appear to provoke an attack of opportunity from the creature, as its heads begin to undulate out towards you. Satra, if you would like to move yourself 5 feet back to be next to Shivari.
Yes.
Okay. You're both now sinking, by the way. You're about 10 feet below the water.
Excellent.
Great.
Alright. Kaizan.
Alright.
You see the body of this
That's
thing
gonna-
above the water. I'd say it has cover, but it does not matter. If you ever, if at any point you want the upper floor, let me know and I can give it to you.
Not for now. Just go about here and Hunter's Mark
It is Hunter's
on the
marked.
creature. Oh, and then we'll take a shot.
Okay. Take a shot. I'm going to assume it's going to be more than one. That is
Yup.
just so
That's one.
easily a hit.
Alright. 15
15 plus Hunter's
plus
Mark is not
5.
yet wounded. So 20 points
Nope.
of damage on the first hit.
Alright.
Mhm.
Going for another shot.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
Oh,
nat
boy.
20.
Yep, that
Nice.
also
Nice.
hits.
Alright.
Okay. Just so you know, as you do... Oh, hang on, let's see. 23. Yep, that's enough. As you hit it, you hit one of its you hit into one of its heads. And that head dies.
Ah, shit.
That one head. So hang on, how much damage actually is that? You need to hit 25 or above. So how much do you actually have here?
First I was 20, then
I got a 20, yeah. So it's just the
17, 23, 35, 37?
37 points of damage. Okay.
Jasper, get your butt out of the camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
Not eating the cat. I'm not partner yet.
Big oof. Alrighty. For the Hydra, that was. Okay, yeah. You hit it real hard. It's up, but it is rocked by that, and one of its heads dies. It started with 5, it now has 4. Alrighty.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Satra, you are sinking.
I'm going to, first and foremost, pull a platinum ring out of my pocket, hand it to Shivari, and quickly say, "Here, put this on."
What you actually say is...
I'll make.
Okay. Shivari, you can, if you
I
want
need
as a free action,
to-
put on the ring.
She'll put on the ring.
Okay. Also, I realized it
Alrighty.
could have taken a action against you, Shivari, but I forgot, so never mind.
Need to look and see.
So the ring is on.
past-
The ring is on. If you're thinking, I
Stop
assume
eating
I
my
know what you're
food.
doing. I'm pretty sure the spell has a verbal component, which means
Yeah,
you cannot currently cast it.
Yep. No, I can't do jack shit because I'm sinking. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try and get away.
Okay. Would you like to action disengage, or would you like to just swim away?
I want to move away. I guess I'll disengage and I'll wait for like Shivari to be in a safe place, and then she tugs on me because I don't want to like leave this thing because that'd be a dick move.
Okay. So you are able to. Okay, so you can't really hold movement is the issue. That's not a thing that is doable here. You can try and drag Shivari with you.
Okay, sure. Let's do
Alrighty.
that.
Well, your movement is 15 feet. Roll an athletics check. See if you can drag Shivari with you out the water.
Alrighty. Athletics.
21. I think with that, you're going to be able to drag Javari out of the water. However, all 4 heads are going to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, fuck!
Would have been 5, but Kaisa killed one. Alrighty. 13,
Nope.
19,
Yes.
14 points of piercing, non-magical.
Fuck!
27,
Yep.
10 points of piercing, and 18.
18 right on the AC.
Alright, 11 points of piercing.
So 14, 11, and 10.
35 points of damage total.
Alright. Okay, well, then I might not get to cast a spell that I wanted to cast.
You do have lay on hands,
Because-
remember?
I do.
Alrighty, but for now, you and Javari are both able to move to the edge of the water. You are out of the water.
So my action to pull her.
Your action was to disengage. Oh no, wait, yeah, you disengaged. So, no, you retract all that damage. Because you action disengaged.
Okay.
I just forgot.
Cool.
So, yeah, you
Wasn't
disengage
how we were
and
doing it.
yeah,
Yay! Okay, I
it's a
can
movement.
still
You rolled a high enough athletics to just drag her with you. So you're both outside the
Okay.
water here, so move 1 to your left.
Okay.
So, yeah, ignore all those attacks, my mistake.
Yay! That feels better. Okay. Do I know about these things? Dakota knows about these things.
You can roll a be an action. Tell you what, roll me a history or a nature check. The DC is gonna be really high because this should be an action.
Okay.
But you can always get lucky.
8.
It's a dragon, but it's got so many heads. Oh god.
Okay. I was gonna cast a spell. I don't. That's my no. That's my turn. I don't
Okay.
know what I'd cast. Dakota knows what she'd cast, but
Alrighty. The Hydra will swim its way over. And is gonna make some attacks. 2 against Shivari, 2 against Sartre.
Yikes.
First against Sartre will alternate. 11.
nope.
First against Shivari, 14.
I'm gonna use Entropic Ward.
Ooh, I don't actually know that. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to oppose disadvantage. Ooh, alright, let's see. That's worse. So 13.
Yeah, it still hits.
Okay.
Aw.
Alright, that's going to be 11 points piercing damage.
Oh, ow.
Okay. Next one against Sartre. 22.
Yep.
6 points of piercing.
Nice.
And 21 against Shivari.
That is.
Okay, 7 points of piercing. Okay. That's the Hydra's turn. At the end of its turn, from the dead head just begins to split and fall off of the stump as 2 new heads grow in its place.
What the?
It now has 6 heads. That is the end of its turn. Shivari.
Yikes. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay. 20 easily hits. 3 points of force damage.
And also Repelling Blast, so it gets pushed 10 feet away.
Oh, I forgot you had that. Push the creature. Yeah, just a creature. Doesn't matter about size. 5, 10.
Yes, but
And
please.
Another Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
24.
24. Can you use Repelling Blast more than once in a turn?
It just says when you hit a creature.
I'm going to check that if you do not mind.
That's totally fine.
D&D Beyond. Repelling. Jesus. Alright, that was a terrible idea. Trying to search. Search system does not work very well. Classes. Warlock. Control F. Repel. Repelling blast. Yep, nope, you just hit it again. You hit it again, it takes 8 points of damage, and you knock it back another 10 feet.
And then I'm gonna move 5. Move there.
Okay. Alrighty. Kaizan.
Alrighty. I'm going to take another shot.
Take the shot.
You know, we'll try one sharpshooter shot.
Go for it.
11.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a new.
Alright, we'll do a regular shot. 16.
That does hit.
Okay.
9.
9 plus
15,
6 plus 2.
17 points of damage.
Yup.
Maths. God, I'm so bad at maths. Okay.
You can just type it in and then subtract it. Hit
Could
my
do that.
ass.
Could do that, but I'm trying to practice my mental maths anyway. So, yay. I've got to do real life DMing in less than 10 weeks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
Alrighty. That your turn,
Squeeze
Kaiser?
yourself in this corner over here.
Okay. Alrighty. Satra.
Alrighty. Well, first things first, I am going to cast Warding Bond.
Okay. You and Shivari are now bonded. Shivari, your
Nice.
AC increases by 1. And
Okay.
basically, anytime you take damage, you only take half that damage, and Satra takes the other half.
Also, you have resistance. What is it?
It's resistance, but basically, Satra takes the same damage. It's basically a way of saying Satra takes half the damage.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you have resistance. And all saving throws +1 to
Oh.
AC and all saving throw.
Excellent point. I forgot about that. Always forget about the saving throw part of that. Thank you for reminding me. Because I run that spell a lot, and I always forget about the +1 to saving throws. Feels good. Alrighty. So that's your action. You two are bonded. If you'd like
let's
to,
see.
I will give you both an icon for bonding. Let's go.
Angry, so I'm going to.
Satra, from your view here, what has happened is you were woken up in the night and told that it was time for some nighttime training without your father's permission. Being the rebellious little so-and-so you are, you joined them. And right before the practice was taken, your trainer was like, okay, ready, prepare yourself, go, and just pushed you into the water. That is what has happened to you today.
What a little fucker!
Alright, I've marked you
Yeah,
both for
no,
warning
I am
bond.
angry, so I am Wrathful Smite on the Protector of Kings, and that'll be my turn. Ready for him.
Wrathful Smite, cast on the Protector of Kings. The Hydra is going to swim right back over and is going to attempt to hit you with
Okay.
6 attacks.
Fuck.
Natural 20.
Yep.
Gosh.
That is going
Cast
to...
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, shit, okay. Well, for Zardes, you're going to be taking 16 points of piercing damage. Not roll high on the damage.
Oof.
Alright, and Hellish Rebuke is a dex save from it, I believe. Also a natural 20. So it takes half
Aw.
damage, I believe.
Yep.
So it takes half of 19, which is something. Half of 19 is 9.
8. 9. I can count.
Me too. Don't worry about it. Alrighty. You do notice as you char it, where some of the other wounds that you're slicing, where the heads are regrowing, where the arrows are landing in, where the Eldritch blasts are hitting, leaving bruises, you can see them start to heal. The damage from the fire that you launch back at it with the Hellish Rebuke, that stays and leaves a horrible, singeing, burning, acrid smell on its body.
Hit it with fire!
Kill it with fire!
Oh, darn, I missed it.
Alright, second attack, 20 to hit.
Yep.
6 points of piercing.
Okay.
Third attack, 15 to hit.
No.
Okay. Fourth attack, 17 to hit.
Nope.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth attack, 20 to hit.
Yep.
14 points of piercing. And sixth attack, 21 for 13 points of piercing.
Oof. Sorry, don't
Okay.
take any damage.
That is actually how I died. In the that's how I went down in my last session that I played in. Alrighty.
I want to do this.
Alright, and Shivari.
Alright, so fire damage. Fire is what Dra said, so gonna use Produce
Oh.
Flame, I guess.
Also, Sartre, please make me 4 Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration on your Wrathful Smite.
I've lost it.
You have indeed. Alrighty, so Produce Flame is that, Shivari?
Yeah.
Fire appears in your hand. You may now lob it, and you hit. 12 points of
12 fire
damage. 12 fire damage. Chunks into it. Okay. I should do that one quite quickly. I'm proud of myself. Alrighty. Bonus.
Nope, but just moves a little bit further away.
Scoot, scoot. Alrighty. Kaizan.
Alrighty, just gonna keep shooting.
Keep on shooting.
I'll do sharpshooter shot.
Alrighty. That's a
Right.
hit.
25.
We're about to see a lot of damage.
Alright, 29.
Jesus. Okay. Yep. One of the
Alright.
heads fucking dies. Very brutally. Arrow in the jaw, out the back of the head. That one flops.
Oof.
Alright, and then a regular shot for the second one. 17. Good thing
Also
regular
hits.
shot. For
You need to actually roll your longbow damage.
Oh, I
there.
didn't. Yeah, 13 points of damage.
Okay, that is... You just did 42 points of damage.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. A second head does not die. You don't do enough damage on the second one.
Alright.
Alrighty. You notice that normally the healing process for the heads started a little bit quicker. But in this case, the fire appears to be affecting it, and the heads aren't growing.
Cool. Alright. End of my turn there.
Alrighty. Satra.
I want to do something, man! But I'm gonna heal myself because I know one hit and I'm down.
Okay. You heal. How are you healing?
Let's see, I have 30 points of lay on hands, or 35 points.
35
I
points
will
of...
give myself 20.
20 points of lay on hands into Satra. Satra, can you check if Warning Bond also increases your AC? I don't think it does, but worth checking.
Yep. Let's see. It gains a +1 bonus to
Okay, so
AC
not
and
good.
saving.
Okay,
Yep. Also, each
gotcha.
time it takes damage.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So, that is your action.
hmm
Do you have a bonus?
I will try branding smite. I will try
Alrighty.
smack it.
Browning Smite is ready. You have to wait till next turn because
Yep.
lay on hands.
No action.
Alrighty. The Hydra. Now down to 5 heads. And none of them are regrowing. It's going to attempt to scoot. And get in range of Shivari as well. As it does get hit by the Produce Flame and notices the fire. Both of you
Can I
running
hit it?
fire, so it's gonna... It did not enter into your range at any point.
Darn.
You're in its range, though. So that's going to be... Who did more fire damage? It was... Shivari. So Shivari's going to get 3, and Satra's going to get the 2. Alrighty.
Woohoo.
So... Shivari, 17 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of piercing. That is halved to 3. You take 3, and Satra takes 3.
Nice.
Satra, concentration check.
Oh, darn it! This went so much better in my head.
It's easy when there's a second front line. Your second front line is currently AFK.
Hellish
Concentration stays
Rebuke.
up. Hellish Rebuke it. All right. Drop it in the fire. Dex save from the Hydra. 8. It takes all 6 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Damage is damage.
Rolled
Alrighty.
Rolled on that one.
Okay, second attack against you. 15 to hit.
That hits.
And 15 points of damage, half to 7. 7 to you, 7 to Satra.
Oof.
Okay.
And third attack against you, 13 to hit.
That hits.
That is 10
You have plus
points.
1 to your AC. It still
That
hits?
would still hit. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Would be
darn.
that is 10
My-
points of piercing, halved to 5 for both you and Satra. And Satra, please, 2 more concentration checks.
Mm-hmm.
The joy of paladins. They're the front line, but all their spells are concentration. Yay!
Nice.
Keeping it up, though, but 2 attacks coming your way now. 13 to hit,
No.
and 13 to hit. They did the exact same roll, the exact same damage.
I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke
feels
it
bad.
at 2nd level.
Can you do that? Don't you have to be hit? I
Is
do
it
not
when
know.
you're hit?
I have no idea. I don't use Hellish Rebuke. If one of the
What?
2 people with Hellish Rebuke could check.
I will look. Depends if you're casting it as a spell or if you're using it as the tiefling thing too, because tiefling
It's
thing
the
is like,
tiefling thing.
I'm pretty sure that's only once a day.
Oh, is it only once a day?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Oh, I thought it was... Okay, never mind then. Ignore me.
That's fine. All good. Alrighty. That's the Hydra's turn. It restores no heads as it has taken fire damage. Shivari.
Alright.
Also, I've just seen Shivari's health. I think she would be dead if it wasn't for the warning bond.
Yeah. Let's,
I heard my Divine Allegiance, darn it.
let's
Oh,
Eldritch
no. I'm
Blast.
sorry.
Gotta knock it away from me again. So Eldritch Blast. 23.
The joy of a reach creature. You don't even get disadvantage on it because you're not within 5 feet of it. Hit. It is blasted 10 feet away and takes 2 points of damage.
Alright, next Eldritch Blast. 14.
14 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Actually, quick point. It was here, and no, it would be here. I was wondering whether you could have knocked into range of Sartre, but no. Not from where you were.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alrighty, back behind Sartre.
It's the front line.
Yes, my liege. We have been tasked with protecting you. Meat shield me. Alrighty, Shivari takes cover, and Kaizan, you currently have no sight of the creature from your position.
Should just stop using my spells.
Alright,
Or
move
damage.
there. And more shots.
Fire, fire.
Sharpshooter. 25.
25 hits. Jesus, 25 with sharpshooter? Good
Yeah.
lord.
Alright, 27.
Yep, 27 points of damage. Big
And
oof.
regular hit for the next one. Ooh, nat 20.
Yup.
Oh god.
Nice.
Alright.
Double
All
that.
these. Oh, I can't Colossus that one.
You cannot.
Oh, well.
So 21 plus 6, so 27 points of damage there. It starts to look a little shaky. His biggest of oofs. As it gets absolutely wrecked. Alrighty.
Yeah, move back into the corner.
Back in cover. You're scooting very closely around that spike, but there's enough room to
Yeah.
Sartre.
Pop 2 of its heads.
Oh, yes, it does. Thank you for reminding me. 2 of its heads go down because both attacks are above 25 damage. So it is down to 3 heads.
Oh, what am I looking like? This is spell in action. Damn.
Well, you still
Okay.
have your Raffle Smite up. You kept concentration.
My Searing Smite.
Searing Smite, sorry.
Where is
The creature
my-
looks really, really shaky, if that helps.
Yep. Where? Oh, it's a bonus action. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith.
If you do, you would notice, if you do that, you lose concentration on the Searing Smite.
Oh shit, that's right. It's a concentration spell. Okay,
Yes,
never
it
mind.
is.
I'm gonna.
Gonna run up and smack it!
Yeah, well, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my. my warhammer.
Give it a swing.
Oh, protector of kings. Oh, I have a javelin. I could have thrown.
You can't smite a javelin. You have to melee for smite.
I know.
Well, I believe you can divine smite. You can't raffle smite or searing smite. Well, either way, swing incoming.
All right. So I hit it and then I do roll the smite damage, right?
Yes, if you hit it, then the searing smite goes up, and you can divine smite on top of that because that's not a spell or an action.
Yep.
If you wish to.
That's the play. Where is the... I have too many spells.
The joy of paladins and clerics. I have all druids. Sorry, I have all my spells, like all of them. Just can only prepare some. That'd be nice if Roll20 only showed the prepared spells in your actual spell list on the main page of the character sheet.
17.
17 is a hit.
Alrighty. So going to searing smite it.
Searing
so it
smite.
takes
1 point of fire damage. Then the con save is, I believe, setting it on fire.
yes.
It rolled a 20, not a dirty 20.
Ooh, I can roll. I have a thing. Whenever I roll one or a
Dang.
damage dice, I can.
I believe that's weapon damage dice.
Is it? But I'm hitting it.
That's Great Weapon Master, I believe. No, wait, that might be Woof. What is it? What do you have? I don't remember.
I have something.
Savage attacker or something?
Might be that.
Great weapon fighter.
Which I believe is
Yeah.
when you roll on a die for an attack you make with a melee weapon. Building with
It is an
two
attack
hands.
made with a melee weapon.
Are you building it with 2 hands?
I am. That's why I don't
You
have a
are.
shield.
Okay. For an attack you make with a melee weapon. I'm
It
gonna
isn't?
I'm gonna say no, it's a spell, it's not weapon damage. Sorry.
That's so dumb, but okay.
You do 1 point of fire damage on top. Would you like to divine smite or
I would. At second level, so that's 2d8 or an
It
additional
is.
d8.
it is yes, and there's additional d8 on top. So 13,
Alrighty.
14, 18 plus 1d8.
Nice.
It had 19 health. With the extra d8 you kill it. How would you like to kill the Hydra?
Oh my god! I run that amazing. And just, for the people of Hole! Bam! Golf swinging out of existence.
You hit it, and its heads Newton cradle into each other, and it just keels over, slightly cindering from the 1 point of searing smite damage. There is no regen
Nice.
going on. It only takes 1 point as it keels over and splashes into the water, sending a wave of water out across the arena. Dead.
Whew! Nothing like the smell of burnt Hydra in the morning, am I right?
Are you okay, Sacha?
No!
Were you aware that you were going to have to fight that thing?
No!
Oh, that's odd of them.
You hear a call from the upper balcony. Well done. I would count that as a resounding success. Good morning, my prince.
You tell Valeric that when I find him, I'm going to kick his ass. Paladin,
course.
great or not.
Of course, your highness. Well then, the door on the other side of the room is open. You will find yourself in the palace washrooms once you head through. You will be able to wash some of the putrid Hydra water off yourselves.
Oh, was that all?
Wash myself off like a peasant.
Would-
Help you maybe, and she'll start using prestidigitation.
Oh, Savari, you are a peach.
Yes, that was all, Kaiser. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
I sense bored. That was it.
Kaiser's been bored the entire time. We're here to kidnap you. No. Give us a backstory. Okay. Here's a Hydra. Killed it. Alrighty. with that, you'll head up the stairs, find yourselves in the palace washrooms. Where on earth could you have been? Who knows? So you find yourselves there and you're able to wash off. And that is where we're going to end for the day. We said it would be a short one. That is where we will end for today's game. I hope everyone enjoyed the game. We'll hopefully get back into the full swing of things in the next couple of weeks. I don't believe Kendrick is back next week. We'll find out. But there will be a game because now I actually have a 3-person overlay set up, so we can actually do it instead of me procrastinating. Hooray. Wonderful, wonderful. But for now, let's find out what's going on in everyone's lives for the next coming week. I will go reverse order again. I will be streaming. Lots of streaming. I will be casting... Oh, hang on. I need to bring it up because I need to remember the name. It is being run by Allied Esports, and I will be casting the Board Battlers qualifier number 6 for Dota Underlords. Underlords? I just realised I changed the page there, so you just saw my lovely Discord for a second. Ripperoni. But I'll be commentating that on Sunday, so yay, that will be fun. And otherwise just playing heroes, playing Underlords, maybe play another game, we'll see what pops into my head, see what I want to do. But it'll all be hopefully very fun. Cool! Faye, what are you up to?
Well, let's see. Later tonight at I think 7 p.m. No, 8 p.m. CST. We're having the Goons. So we'll be playing TFT for a few hours.
It's really fun if you guys haven't watched it. I watched it the other day. It's pretty great.
Yeah, so that's tonight, and the rest of the week I'm probably just playing TFT and streaming.
Nice. And where can people find that stream? For starters, you can hit !players in the chat to get everyone's stream links. But to say it out loud, where can people find that stream?
My Twitch is FA14.
Nice. Alrighty. And Jinxie, what are you up to in the next week?
Well, I have no internet at the new place until Thursday. Stream's ending early today because I have to go get my AC fixed. But after that, I am at a new place with 300 download and 35 up, so I will be streaming myself.
Yeah.
Just playing some DOA on Saturday is probably going to be the next best thing. We'll see if I can figure out how to stream and get that set up. But hopefully, in the next coming weeks before next Monday, I will have one stream that isn't my friend's throwing me a bone.
And where can people find that stream? People who don't have chat open, like YouTube?
Twitch.tv/JinxieCat.
Nice. That is Jinxie spelt JINXEEKATT. Just as you can see underneath Jinxie's lovely portrait. Alrighty. And Crowan, what are you up to?
Hello, I will also be on the Goons at 8 p.m. Central tonight, so in about 4 hours. Besides that, though, I stream Teamfight Tactics myself every other day, besides for Monday at 2 p.m. CST. On twitch.tv/Crowan, KHROEN. And you can follow me also on Twitter at Crowan as well. And a lot of TFT. That's me. That's my life now. TFT.
Same.
Still pretty cool. Alrighty. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. I just realized I didn't do any alerts today. Let's see if we got quite a few follows I saw on my phone. We had down here Polar Knights, Fwa Kitty, and Ericon, which is what Jinxie will be getting today, hopefully. Thank you all very much for following. I hope you've all enjoyed the show. Hello, YouTube viewers. Be sure to head over to the stream linked in the description for more lovely Dungeons & Dragons action every Monday, except the days we don't. So every Monday, except when it isn't. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope to see you all next week, and have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye.